Hello, my name is Lawrence Medina, and I'm with the University of New Mexico's Taos branch campus here in Taos, New Mexico. As part of my independent study, I will be presenting on our new Career Services Planning and Implementation Plan. The mission statement of UNM Career Service is to support the mission, academic programs, and growth of the University of New Mexico Taos branch campus to provide career opportunities. The primary purpose of the Career Services Center is to assist students, faculty, staff, and alumni in developing, evaluating, and/or implementing career education and employment decisions. Career Services provides the following services: career advisement, career exploration, career interest inventory, assessments, i.e. assessing abilities, interest, and values. How to write a compelling resume and cover letter, preparing for interviews, conducting job searches. We also offer career fairs. We are excited about opening up our new resource computer lab. We'll have 12 computers. Also, we'll provide job postings and internship postings that we will be sending out to all the students here at UNM-Taos. And lastly, we will be providing a workshop series on resume writing, cover letter, and interviewing skills, to name a few. On-campus support and resources. In the spirit of collaboration, we'll work with other departments in efforts not to duplicate service or confuse students on where they need to go to get help. Resources and supports identified is our academic advisement team, student services, which includes financial aid, the Center for Academic and Success and Achievement, TRIO program, Taos Education and Career Center, High School Equivalency Program, also known as HEP, Veterans Upward Bound Program that entails math and science for high school students. And then also, of course, we have our library at our main campus. Collaboration, not duplication. And what we wanted to do as a new program, we wanted to ensure that we were not duplicating. Therefore, I conducted an inventory of other departments within the college to identify what type of career service do they provide. And on this matrix, it provides a list of the services and then identifies what entity, or better yet, what department is doing what. We had a meeting with all these departments in efforts for referrals, how to navigate a student without getting them confused, and ultimately, to be of maximum service to each student in terms of receiving services. For example, one student may be getting services, tutoring at CASA, also getting some funding support from TRIO, which coincides with the University 101 class. Community resources, part of our class with the CDF, one of the assignments was to identify community resources, which was very helpful due to the fact that we are a new program. Therefore, I went out and looked at services, diverse services, and this slide shows that there's the Workforce Solutions, which provides career services to community members. It's run by the state of New Mexico. Also, we have the Chamber of Commerce, Department of Voc Rehab, and so forth. Other examples on this slide: if a student is in need of food, they're able to go to the state, to the SNAP program for a food card assistance. In addition to community resources as identified, We provide also the public health office is shown here, the Medicaid, El Centro medical clinic. We have some behavioral health for mental health or substance abuse on this sheet, and also services if there's any domestic violence, to give you some examples. Career interest assessment tool. We went out to research 4 different assessment tools to see which one would be the best fit for UNM-Taos students and community. And here are 4 of the tools that I researched. As you can see, Choices 360, post-secondary, formerly known as Choices. And down it provides the features, the number of questions, the time it takes to complete. Is it electronic? Is it self-administered? Does it provide reports? And also, does it provide real-time data? And then the cost. And looking at Choices 360, Super Strong, and ONET, we found that Super Strong, the second one to your right, that was the best fit for UNM. And fortunately, we were able to collaborate with other departments to help secure a 1-year contract, $4,000 of via 500 assessments. And it's been effective so far. Identify career development associations at the national, state, and local level. Of course, the one of all, the National Association of Colleges and Employers, NACE, is our top one, which we're happy to be a member. They're a great resource, especially for a new career services program. At the state level of New Mexico, we tapped into career development associations, and then also the Consortium of Career Educators and Employers. At the local level, we have partnered up with TAN, the Taos Entrepreneurial Network, and we felt this entrepreneurial network would be good for our students, also a resource to the nonprofit organization. And of course, we have partnered with the Taos County Chamber of Commerce. We're looking at doing future career fairs together, and they're just a great resource for networking, mixers, and so forth. Lastly, the Taos County Economic Development Corporation. We see opportunities for internships for students, and also just getting the word out to the community of career services. Employers connections. The partnership between UNM branch campus and employers is long-standing and strong, and it works both ways. Together we are creating a better community with closer alignment between education and workforce needs. In the spirit of collaboration, employers' involvement consists of the following: posting job and internship opportunities, career fairs, networking mixers, on-campus recruiting, volunteer opportunities, and employers participating on class, panels, forums, and workshops. Now when it comes to marketing, here it shows a snapshot of an environmental scan of Taos County. We look at the demographics of our community, which you can see it's considered a rural community based on just over 32,000 individuals that live in Taos County. I also did a comparison with the state when we're looking at the different types of ethnicity. We look at age, we look at education, the percentage of the graduation, also the percentage of bachelor's degree. A good example in bachelor's degree showing 29%. That shows that there's a target population of non-degree individuals that we can target to seek either some sort of degree program or at a minimum a certificate program. There's also information on the labor force, and also income and poverty levels. We felt in our market analysis that this would be helpful as we develop strategies to let the community know about our services. Marketing. Who needs to know about career services? I conducted a target audience segmentation internally within the college, and I broke it down into 4 major departments, which all 4 major departments breaks down to over 25 programs, classes, or departments. The core curriculum, such as your math and science and so forth, we have health sciences, we do have a nursing program, we do have some certificate programs right around CNA and so forth. As part of our business and professional development, we have classes in that area. And then there's other student services and ancillary services that we want to get the word out about career services. As I continue with the marketing, who needs to know about career services? I also did a segmentation of external out in the community. I did put UNM-Taos students here because the marketing and advertisement will go for both. But we do have our UNM-Taos students that we want to get the word out about career services, encouraging them to seek career advisement. We're going to be going out to the 4 high schools and do career exploration and other presentation, as well as the 2 charter schools in Taos County. When looking at non-traditional students, we're calling them prospective students, which could be considered the general public. Therefore, we would hope that career services can be a point of entry, to college as a result of outreach to this target population. And of course, the one-stop shop, Taos Workforce Solution, they have large volume of traffic going through their office, utilizing their service, and we will be getting referrals from the one-stop shop. And lastly, employers by industry. We have identified, based on our market analysis, 9 different industries that are alive and well here in Taos. And we will be doing outreach to these employers, as mentioned before, for job postings, internship opportunities, and so forth. UNM-Taos Career Services website was a big project for us to develop the contents and photos in working with our webmaster. Being that this is PowerPoint and technical issues of getting this up to show, you can go to taos.unm.edu, and under student supports, you can see where career services. We broke it down into different areas under students, so there's communications for students. They did a lovely job by placing pictures in there to kind of break it up. And we're hoping to get it a little more interactive. Also, we have a page for employers, for information for employers. And then lastly, we have a page for faculty and staff. We see with faculty and staff that they can make a lot of referrals to career services. And also they, are able to inform students of job opportunities and or internships. Communications materials and methods. What this diagram shows, or better yet matrix, it identifies 21 marketing materials that we are going to utilize to market our program. And what I wanted to do was match them up with each target audience, such as you'll see UNM-Taos department heads. I identified over 25. There's faculty that includes adjunct professors, students, prospective students, high school students, Workforce Solutions, which is the one-stop shop here in Taos County for people seeking employment. And lastly, you'll see employers. And each of is checked off on what marketing material is going to correspond with each of those entities. Advanced Student Tracking Software. As part of our goals and objectives, we went out to research different applications that would be a good fit for UNM-Taos in terms of tracking student activity. We found Who's Next. It's a comprehensive database that we feel that will work great. Some of the functions that it provides is appointment scheduling, queue management, record student visits, record services given to students, real-time reporting, and tracking students in all service areas. Lastly, we put together a launch plan for the career services here at UNM, and it's a 4-page document, so I wanted to just give an overview of the launch plan, where it identifies what action that needs to be done, who's responsible, and the time frame for completion. Let me note that the launch plan was considered a soft launch, being that it was our first semester and we were still working on laying out the foundation as well as building capacity. And for any program under design and development is to be cognizant of the infancy stage in efforts to set ourselves up to win, that we're not overdoing it based on the resources that we have. So starting off with the services offered at Career Services, as mentioned before, we are now fully functional, or operating better yet, in providing those services Monday through Friday from 8 to 5. We also look at during the summer hours or the slower times for our college, that we will provide services even during those times year round. Hours of operations, as mentioned, that was big. That includes the distant learners that we're going to provide online career advisement. In working on our websites, that's phase 2 that we will set up for distant learners. A big piece of this is the marketing materials, which includes the website. And, in looking at, as we talked about, the communication materials list, brochures, business cards, flyers, posters, and so forth. We're hoping that we could get all these done in the next 30 days based on the list that was presented on slide 16. Workshops, we are meeting with other departments in efforts to collaborate rather than duplicate. As a small college, sometimes one department will be putting on a workshop and not many students attend. So we thought maybe all departments, by us collaborating, we get a bigger bang for our buck, ultimately getting more students to participate in workshops such as resume, cover letter, interviewing, etc. Employers partnership cultivation. We've identified over 150 employers in terms of community outreach that we want to go meet with the employer and develop those relationships for employment opportunities, internship, and also inviting employers for classroom presentations here at the college. And lastly is that we have engaged in agreements or membership subscriptions related to career development associations at the national, state, and local level. We are current members of NACE, which we're proud. Great resource to have for a new career services program. And then there's some at the state level that we are inquiring about their annual fees, and then of course at the local level. This concludes my presentation on career services planning and implementation. Thank you.